Hi, I'm Patti Smith.
This is Bert Newton.
Hey, this is Karen.
Oh, I'm Sam from Interpol.
I'm Carlos from Interpol.
This is Martha Wainwright.
Alex from the Orb.
And you're listening to a RRR archive on rrr.org.au.
I'm in Nashville. I'm at home in Nashville, Tennessee. I've been here since 2001.
What prompted the move to Nashville? Was it just a musical move?
Yeah. I wanted to pursue my musical career full time, and I knew I needed to be in a music center, and Nashville was the place.
I suppose we associate Nashville with kind of mainstream country music, but it's a lot bigger than that, isn't it? There's a lot more happening there than just that.
Oh yeah, there's all kind of. There's 30,000 songwriters here, and there's just a great musical community from all different types of music.
30,000 songwriters?
At least, probably more.
Is there anybody who lives there who isn't a songwriter?
I haven't met them yet, but maybe there's got to be somebody.
Maybe some of the bus drivers. No, they're probably songwriters as well.
No, they're songwriters, yeah.
That could be a little bit daunting for somebody moving there, couldn't it?
Oh, yeah. You got to find your way. It's a tough learning curve when you come here, and you got to find your way to people that are going to be able to help you. And the way it works is if they think they can make money off of you, they're going to try to help you. I've been very lucky in that I've been able to get publishers, and I've been able to get record companies to think they can make money off of me. I've actually tricked them. I don't think anybody's made any money off of me yet, but that's okay. They keep thinking that they can.
Your last album was out last year or earlier this year, and are you working on another one at the moment, or are you sort of having a bit of a hiatus?
I'm still traveling, but the Foundling is still relatively new in most markets, so I'm still touring the heck out of that one.
It's certainly a pretty extensive sort of tour.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you enjoy it?
I love it. Yeah, it's all I want to do. I like traveling. I like playing my songs. I like meeting new people, connecting with folks as I hop from town to town. It's just, it's a really good job. Even at the level I do it, I don't have a tour bus, and I don't have a tour manager. I don't have all the extra hands that an awful lot of people have. But I still love it. It's a small business. I run it. I'm the president. I'm the boss, and I love it. I thrive on it, and I feel very lucky to be able to do it.
You've been to Australia quite a number of times, and you kind of really established your name here. I guess you have to keep going back to places to do that, don't you?
I think so. If you go once, that's just an introduction. That's not a relationship. I think you gotta build relationships with people and become someone they're used to hearing about, and it requires a lot of traveling to do that all over the world. But I think that's what every musician wants to do. I mean, if you don't want to do it, you shouldn't be a musician. You should get a job somewhere else. I mean, this is the goal. This is the dream.
What's life living in Nashville like for you in terms of being a songwriter and a singer? Is it a fairly friendly community? You said that people give you help. Are they friendly?
Oh yeah. It's a really friendly community, and everybody knows a great song when they hear it. And people are supportive. It's competitive, but when somebody nails it, you can't help but give them a standing ovation because everybody knows it when they hear it. It's a wonderful place for an artist to live. I love it here. There's a lot of support and a lot of community for me.
The other thing about Nashville is the standard of musicianship is incredibly high, isn't it?
You better believe it. The best in the world come here because people can make a living being a musician here. There's opportunity to turn your talent into money. I mean, most people think of musicians as people who are poor, but in Nashville, musicians get to have an opportunity to really make some money doing what they do, and work in the studio can pay big money if you work your way up the food chain here. I mean, I'm not a musician in that sense. I'm a songwriter. What I'm trying to do is get people to record my songs.
You've had a little bit of success in that. Who has recorded your songs recently?
Well, let's see. I've had Jimmy Buffett recorded a song. Candy Staten recorded a song. Blake Shelton recorded a song. Bill Chambers recorded I Drink. I think it's the best cut of I Drink that there is. I love Bill Chambers' version of I Drink.
Let's talk about the latest album. In many ways, it's your most personal album, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I think it's also my most universal album as well. Even though it's deeply personal, as in I'm telling my story, I think I'm telling a story that is universal. The orphan story is not unique to me. I'm just one of many million.
How difficult is it to write about those subjects? I mean, is it difficult for you to write about those subjects?
Well, yeah, it's not difficult in the way you think. I mean, I think you're asking me if it's emotionally difficult. And by the time I write about it, I've dealt with the emotions related to the material pretty thoroughly. And what's hard to do is to write a record that is a concept record where each song leads to the next song and you've got a story at the end of the record. That was a challenge. Getting to the story was hard. Knowing what the story was going to be was a challenge. Emotionally, there was not a lot of problem writing it because it was more of I had already gone through the emotions.
So is it kind of like a cathartic experience, being able to sort of write about it and get that out in public domain? Well,
that's what I'm a person who's been in therapy for a really long time. I've had to be in therapy. I don't know if you're aware of this, but the government in Western Australia just apologized. It's the first government ever in the whole world to apologize to women whose children were taken away from them because they were not married. It's a big deal in the adoption community because it's a government acknowledging wrongdoing by not supporting unmarried mothers to keep their children, but rather taking those children away. And I've learned, doing the work that I've done as a person in therapy, that adoption is traumatic. That being taken away from your mom as a baby is highly traumatic to a child and to the mother. And so I've just been in therapy forever dealing with this stuff, and so a lot of my work is done in therapy. Songwriting isn't as cathartic as you'd think. I do the emotional work in therapy, and then I write the songs about it. So hopefully the catharsis happens in therapy as I do that work, but it can be cathartic for other people who haven't done the amount of work that I've done with recovery and trying to heal a lot of the stuff that has held me back. People can latch onto these songs and go, yeah, me too, wow. The best case scenario for me is that my song is useful to people in a way that is both entertaining and personally helpful. There's nothing quite like being ripped out of your mother's arms and you don't ever get to meet her or your father or your cousins, uncles, aunts. You don't know who your ancestors are. You're like a person without an identity. And then one gets superimposed on you without your ability to vote yes or no. You get adopted by people who generally it goes to a family that is able to afford the adoption. And you have to deal with that. If there's ever a recipe for a lifelong therapy, there it is. And it's very hard to talk about because there's no words to explain it. It's one of my favorite writers on the topic says people can't talk about it because it's unspeakable. It's an unspeakable trauma. It happens before you're verbal. It affects you emotionally for your entire life, but it was an event that occurred before you were able to speak. And because talking about it is so challenging, I decided to write songs about it and see if I could communicate it that way. Because there's a magic that happens when you put a melody behind words that run. There's something that gets into a human's heart in a different way through a song. I mean, you could go to the best lecturer in the world and it might not move you in the way that a 3.5-minute song can.
Triple R.
For complete access to the Triple R archives, which include over 100 interviews, live-to-air performances, documentaries, and other Triple R specials, become a subscriber via the link on our website. Thanks for listening to Triple R.